Oh, you beautiful people out there, what is going on? This is your friend Britik, coming at you fast with another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare guide, and today we are going to be talking about how to play Anchor in the game mode Hardpoint in Advanced Warfare. So, for those of you who don't know, the Anchor position is a pretty important position when it comes to Hardpoint. Basically, what the Anchor does is the Anchor is responsible for getting the better spawns for the hardpoints, because those better spawns can oftentimes lead to games won, and that is very true because you spawn closer to the hardpoint, you're in a better position to fight the enemy, and you're just able to overall do better as a team if you have a good anchor holding favorable positions, because you're able to get to the hardpoint, you're able to set up faster, and you're able to respawn faster and get to the hardpoint faster when you have the anchor in the proper position. So you're going to see me play the anchor role in this game. I'm always going to be pushing the spawns. I'm always going to be rotating first, and that's what I want to talk about. Some tips and tricks if you're an anchor, or if you want to try playing an anchor, what you need to do to be an anchor, and what kind of mentality you need to have and stuff like that. So the first thing that you need to do as an anchor, I already mentioned it, is you need to be the one to rotate first. If you're the one to rotate first, you're going to get the better spawns before the hardpoint runs out of time. So I would say rotate around 20-25 seconds to the next spawn already. Make sure that you're getting control of that next spawn, because the fact that you'll have less forces at the first hardpoint gets overcome by the fact that you're setting up for a better position on the next one, because if you have the better position on the next one, you can actually gain more time than just the scrap time that's left on the first one. So having a good rotation is super important. Obviously, having a really good anchor is very important as well, because the anchor sets up for a very good rotation as well. So I played really well in this game. I think I ended it with like a 2.0. This is a game battles game, by the way, guys. I think I ended with like a 2.0 KD, just holding the anchor. And as you see, I'm in these really weird spots on pivotal spots on the map, and these spots dictate spawns. They dictate that, okay, my team is going to spawn in the better position while this team spawns in the crappier position. As for this hardpoint specifically, I want to break off topic. For this hardpoint specifically, I don't think there's a good position. Both spawns spawn halfway there, so it's whatever. But on this next hardpoint, you're going to see that there is definitely a favorable spawn that you want to get. So, having that said, the second thing that you need to do is you have to be patient. In order to be an anchor, you need to be very patient and just continue holding your position. If you're playing a good team, you can expect people trying to push you out of your anchor spot and trying to overwhelm you. So as an anchor, you want to usually watch the flank or watch the spot where your teammates are not, so that you can protect yourself as the anchor, because your main role is to keep those spawns. You are a placeholder with a gun when it comes to keeping those spawns, so make sure that you keep them no matter what, because you are being super duper supportive as an anchor when you do that. And you know, you need to be able to win gunfights as an anchor. You need to be able to hold your own, because sometimes you might get rushed by 2 people as an anchor, or 3, because that's how greedy they'll be. That's how much they'll try to push you out of the anchor spot. And I mean, nobody can always win 1v2s, 1v3s like that. But 1v1s, usually if you're in an anchor position, you should be in a better position, because you're not really moving much while the other team is moving, trying to kill you. So as long as you have a general idea of where you're coming from or where they're coming from, you'll be able to kill them as well, and it wouldn't be that hard. Now that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. As an anchor, you need to have really good map awareness. You need to understand not only where your teammates are spawning because of your position, but where the enemy is spawning because of your position. Now right here, you're going to see me get another favorable spawn for my team. We spawn way closer over here, rather than if we didn't have the spawn, they would spawn all the way across glass road or dirt road, all the way on the other side. So you also see me actually jump off my anchor spot to go and help with the hill. That's because that's what makes this game different from Black Ops 2 when it comes to the anchors, is because the anchor position needs to be able to be versatile. Needs to be able to jump into the action at any fight because you move so quick in this game. You move so quick. In Black Ops 2, you were really slow. So in Black Ops 2, when you got off the anchor spot, it would be really hard to get back in time before the enemy would get there. Here, with all the boost movements and everything, you're able to jump into the hill quickly, help them out, and then jump back to your anchor spot before anybody realizes anything happened. Now, again, the best thing to do is just constantly keep your anchor spot and to just have trust in your teammates that they're going to get the kills on the hardpoint and stuff like that. But sometimes that doesn't happen, and sometimes your teammates need your help more on the hardpoint than as an anchor. Excuse me. So what do we talk about? So an anchor always needs to rotate first, get the spawns, get the beneficial spawns for the next hardpoint. An anchor needs to be patient, and it just needs to keep trying. If you're rotating to an anchor position, and if somebody's already there, the enemy team's already there, and they just keep killing you and killing you and killing you, just keep trying until you break it, because the anchor spot can sometimes be even more important than the objective, because it dictates all the next objectives in the game. I would say that the anchor is like a second OBJ player in a sense, because without him, it is really difficult to lock down the hardpoint unless your team is just going in on the slaying department inside the hill. Because if your teammates just keep dying and keep spawning and spawning out, you're giving more time to the enemy, which you don't want that. So definitely a lot rides on the anchor. The anchor is a very important position, and yet the anchor sometimes doesn't get the light of day in the scoreboard, and you need to be able to accept that. Because, for example, I'm gonna finish here like, I don't know, fucking third on my leaderboard or whatever, because I wasn't in the objective very much. But it turns out that, you know, the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. So you need to be able to put up with that as well. It's like you're like the bass player in a band, you know. Nobody really ever hears the bass, but without the bass, the music just sounds terrible. So yeah, that's my analogy for it. You definitely need an anchor. It's very important. So make sure that as an anchor, you're always getting the favorable positions for your teams. That's what an anchor does. You need to be able to win at least some gunfights. If you have somebody who is not confident in their gun skill, they shouldn't be an anchor. I kind of can be a hypocrite with that sometimes, to be honest. I'm going to call myself out right now. That's why I tend to like to be OBJ. Just, I like to be the hill bitch sometimes, because some days my shot just isn't working. But some days it really is, and I just play really well as an anchor, and I just really enjoy it. I really like playing an anchor, guys. It's a lot of fun, because I like having that responsibility of having a really important role, and I like winning games and knowing that, you know, that responsibility paid off. You know, the fact that I did well in that, it showed in the win. And as you see in this game, we destroyed them, basically. We destroyed them. We did really well with our gunfights, and we rotated very well. Rotation, super duper important when it comes to hardpoint, of course. It's the most important thing you can possibly do. And that's just a game of rotation, guys. It's like you're spinning a dreidel. You just got to keep it rotating, you know? I don't know how many Jewish people there are watching this, but happy Kwanzaa. I'm just kidding. Happy Hanukkah. But yeah. I mean, that's about it, guys. Anything else that I could say is, I guess, just find the head glitchiest spot in the back of the map as possible to hold your position. Try to get up high so you can like have the leverage on people running towards you if they're below you. And just communication. Just always be constantly telling your team where you are, if you got the spawns or not, how it's looking, and don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, if you need help getting the anchor spot, ask one of your slayers, be like, hey, can you run with me, get this anchor spot real quick, we'll flank from the back, and then we'll have the better spawns. Stuff like that. Another thing that I want to mention is when it gets to around 30 seconds and you just respawn, I would stop pushing for the anchor at that point. Just try to play with what you have, help your teammates out on the hill, and get ready to rotate to the next one, because if you couldn't get control of the first 30 seconds in the hill, it's really difficult to get control of the second 30 seconds, and usually it's better just to ditch it and just set up for the next hill, just because with that better positioning in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and as always, have a wonderful day.